All right, I'm back with What Do You Know It, an Avengers video. I said that I was going to come back and play the Red Room Takeover event because it was the first kind of actual event that the game had since they announced their roadmap. They did do this like tachyon rift kind of event where you could be all the same copy of the same hero, but that was kind of the only thing. This is something that is a tie-in to the Black Widow movie. Use tie-in the loosest way possible in that it's like kind of inspired by a character that is in that movie, Yelena Belova, where the story here is that she has hacked the harm rooms inside the helicarrier and they are now red and very dangerous and we must defeat them. I guess that's the thing. There's something about Jimmy Woo from WandaVision in here too. He's like tracking her or something. There's no actual story component to this in the game. Like there are like a few lines of text like written over each mission, but there is no one to go talk to. There's no voice lines. There's no cutscenes. Yelena Belova does not show up unless I am missing something at the very, very end of this quest chain here. But it's not really a quest chain. It's just 5 different harm rooms and then a bunch of different kind of bounty-like things that you're supposed to do over the course of all the harm rooms. Okay, I didn't have like a ton of expectations for this, but like it's compared to other live events in other live service games. So far, from the hour or whatever it is I've played of this, it is pretty bare bones. I'm having fun because combat in Avengers is fun at baseline, and yet like harm rooms have always been kind of like the lamest thing in Avengers. You do them and they don't do anything except give you comic books. Here, I was gonna like I haven't really been leveling Hawkeye at all. He's like mid 60s or 70s or something on his way to gear score 150. And I'm like, all right, I'll just wait for the Red Room event and maybe I can get him some gear there. These still don't drop gear. They give you a comic at the end of them, and none of the enemies inside the harm room drop gear. You do not get end of mission reward gear. You only get gear if you finish these like really kind of elaborate quest chains that need you to kill 30 enemies while airborne, or dunk 300 enemies in the lava over time or something. And I think you'll get like, if you do all of them, you'll get a certain set of gear with like specific bonuses. And then if you beat all of them, you get some sort of exotic. I'm not sure if these are unique to this event and this is the only time you'll get them. That would be a little odd if so, but it's possible. But the point is like in the interim, you will not be getting like actual gear. So there's no point using Hawkeye because if he's not fully leveled, I'm worried that I would get to the end of these quest lines and end up with below max gear that I can never fully upgrade because that's how Avengers works. So I switched to Hulk and I ran through all 5 challenge rooms. The challenge rooms they just kind of are different layouts of the original harm room, but red and glowy. There are insta-kill lava pits, and there are red lightning kind of floor traps. I will say the funny part about the red rooms is how like the enemies just get destroyed by the room hazards by themselves. With Hulk especially, you can pick up any enemy essentially and throw them into the lava pool, which will instantly kill them. Or if you do any move that makes enemies go flying, they will probably fly off into a lava pit. This can also work against you because the lava pit is also a one-hit kill for you. So I did a running kind of belly flop type of move, and I just sailed over an enemy and went straight off the edge. I had to stop doing my R1 like charge and smash move because if you don't hit an enemy, it'll just make you charge straight off the edge and into a lava pit, and you have to start all 5 waves over again. These are all very easy. I'm a little confused about the difficulty of these here. They seem to cap out at 120. I did play one version where the enemies were 130. I couldn't tell if you like beat them all and the power difficulty goes up because it keeps fluctuating between like normal and brutal, but I haven't found a way to like actually get the challenge up to my actual level. You change the challenge tiers around and nothing happens. It's still like 26 power below me. So this isn't really something for your max level characters because they will kind of just be able to breeze through it very easily. I don't know what level the loot is going to drop at the end of this, so like it would be really lame if they dropped you gear that you couldn't even level to max. I'm hoping that's not what happens, but can't really take anything for granted here. Um, and so like it's really just kind of these 5 elaborate bounties that you have to do to get a piece of gear for each of them, and then do the grand kind of quest for the final exotic piece. And from what I can tell, this is it. You just kind of grind this with different characters. Like some of the challenges will be easier to complete than others, or only possible to complete on others. Like you need kills while invisible for one of them, so like you pretty much have to use Black Widow. I don't think anyone else can go invisible, but things like that. I've gotten through. I've played like 7 of these so far. I did all 5, and then I went back and started doing them over again. Again, I can't tell if the difficulty changed once you finish them all, because the system is kind of all over the place. But I have not found a challenging tier. But I have completed a good chunk of like the requirements for a lot of these, outside of the like kind of very specific ones like weak point kills or invisibility kills or things like that. You also don't get a ton of XP for this. I got, I think, 10,000 XP beating all 5 missions with Hulk on whatever difficulty this is. That is half a point in the new challenge system. And then each, I think there's 5 or 4 or 5, they give you 5,000 XP each. And then the main quest gives you 15,000 XP. That's only enough for another like 2 or 3 challenge points, because they're 20,000 each if you're combining it with the actual XP from the event itself. And I think this is with a 1.5 times XP booster that I picked up for free in the marketplace. And so it's not even like you're going to start raking in the challenge points or anything. And you're not raking in gear, because there is no gear, and you only have these set drops from the end of these challenge quests. I don't know why they've never turned on loot drops in the harm room. That makes no sense to me. Like, even as an end of mission reward, like I still like running Hawkeye, trying to get him up in level. I should be doing something else. Like I should be doing a vault or whatever the things are called. I don't know. The word's like 5 levels in a row. That's the same. Hive. That's what they're called. That's what I should be doing, because those drop a ton of gear and give you higher power gear at the end. But between this not dropping gear and me not being able to really understand how to get this up to a higher power level where the rewards might even be worth it, I don't understand what's going on with this event. It's very strange. It just seems like there's some missing components to it. I think at baseline, like kind of challenge rooms it can be a fun idea, but these are like weirdly easy to the point where I don't really understand what's going on. But they're not rewarding at all. And like I don't know if at this point, just like 8 months into the launch of Avengers, if I can really get excited about completing 5 bounty quests for a specific set of gear and then 1 exotic or an exotic set or something. Like I just don't. That doesn't seem very rewarding to me. If stuff was dropping at the end of each of these things, that would be one thing, and I could at least be going for rolls, or if there was a chance at an exotic or something for finishing these harm rooms, that would be something. But the loot isn't there. It's just these comic books, which is very bizarre. I might play more of it just because I haven't played Avengers in so long, and I just kind of want to mess around with some of the characters because it's been so long. But like, this is not really a good live event from what I can tell. Like it's not at the level of any other kind of live service game that throws these kind of things, either from a story perspective, in that there is no story perspective here really at all. If there's anything that's actually about Yelena Belova here, it is very well hidden outside of a few kind of strings of text. Maybe I need to go explore the hubs to see if people are somewhere. I wasn't directed to go anywhere except the harm room, so I don't know what's going on. And it's not rewarding from a loot perspective, and there's no point using Hawkeye, who is not like kind of kitted out in a good way right now, like because he's so mid-tier. So I'm just going back to my old characters, but I'm not really getting rewards for them either, other than just XP. So I'm a little confused about this, and I don't really think this is well structured from a word perspective, and there's not enough there's not story development here where this doesn't seem like the next chapter of Avengers or something. I know this was always going to be kind of a minor event, but they even had like a micro event leading up to this event, but that was kind of just more bounties too. I don't know. If you really love Avengers, like sure, go back and play it. I don't really know if you'll walk away satisfied with the rewards or not. But for me, this is not like certainly a thing to like easily recommend. Like, oh, everyone, you got to go check out this Avengers event. Like it's a red harm room and it's not very rewarding. So that's kind of it. I'll play it for a little longer. Maybe I'll check out this gear and see if it's crazy or something. And if there's anything to add, I'll either do another video or talk about it in the comments or something. But I feel like my time is better spent grinding override missions in Season of the Splicer. And I did want to check this out, but this is a weird event. I don't get it. So that's where we are. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.